And you're welcome. Now let's get into some tech for all you tech enthusiasts out there who have been waiting for the segment. Well, you are welcome. Let's start by talking about Meta. That's Facebook's parent company. Now, is rolling out the Calls tab to the Facebook Messenger app on Android and on iOS. Now, the move takes a page out of WhatsApp's playbook, making audio and video calls with friends and family a lot easier for Messenger users, if you recall what I mean. Now, Meta said that the decision to add calling on the Messenger app's home screen is due to the rapid rise in audio and video calls that are done through the chat window of another user. Now, it found that there are 40% more daily callers now compared to early 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic forced many people to work from home and conduct meetings via video and also audio. Messenger users worldwide conduct more than 300 million audio and video calls on a daily basis, is what we hear. And we're going to come back to Meta in just about a bit, because that's a very interesting new feature. I mean, the entire world is actually going video now. If you take a look at it, you can do with some audio, but you always have to have that extra feature, which is video, especially with everybody working remotely, which is something that might change accordingly. Coming from our third story, I'll let you guys know exactly how that's going to go. But it's an interesting new feature, and hey, we're looking forward to that one. We're going to be moving on now to our next story, which is very interesting, or rather tech update here. Facebook's COO said that she was leaving the company proud of everything she'd achieved with Mark Zuckerberg in 14 years. Meta's longtime business chief, Sheryl Sandberg, is leaving the company. According to her quote here, "It is time for me to write the next chapter of my life. I am not entirely sure what the future will bring. I have learned no one ever is, but I know it will conclude focusing more on my foundation and philanthropic work," she said. Now, Sandberg, whose foundation is geared towards promoting women's corporate involvement, announcing her departure after 14 years in a Facebook post Wednesday afternoon. This was where she said that. Well, good luck to her. Now, she is the most recognizable figure at Facebook next to its founder, Mark Zuckerberg. In 2008, the CEO was only 23 years old when he poached Sandberg from search giant Google, where at 38, she managed a team handling nearly all of its global advertising. Tell you what, let's do a short break, and we'll be back with more Inside of Tech. I've got news for all of you guys who are still working remotely from home, because all that's about to end, if anything by Elon Musk is to go by. Apparently, he's the trendsetter when it comes to anything remote. But the Tesla boss, Elon Musk, has ordered staff to return to the office full-time, declaring that working remotely is no longer acceptable in his organization. The new policy was shared in emails that were leaked to social media. Now, Tesla did not respond to a request from comments on the message, one of which appeared to be addressed to executives. People who are unwilling to abide by the new rules can pretend to work elsewhere. That was Elon Musk. That was what he said on Twitter when asked about the policy. He continued, "Everyone at Tesla is required to spend a minimum of 40 hours in the office per week." He wrote in one of the emails, "If you don't show up, we will assume that you have resigned." So, hey, if that's going to happen, well, you can imagine what's going to turn out to be like eventually. But I'm still of the opinion that working remotely is actually much more productive. If you agree with me, let's say aye. But truly, remote working was a lifesaver during the pandemic, and it still is for most people, especially if you live in a country like Nigeria, especially if you live in a state in Nigeria like Lagos. But perhaps, maybe it's about time to return physically to the offices and work your butts off. All right, let's move on now. Google on Wednesday said that it's merging Duo, its video calling app, with its video conferencing app, Meet. Now, later this year, the Duo app will be renamed Google Meet, creating a single free video communication service across Google. Now, before the app is renamed, Google will add the current Google Meet features to Duo. That means Duo users will be able to schedule meetings ahead of time, customize virtual backgrounds, use in-meeting chats, and get real-time closed captions, among other things. However, Duo users can also reset, or rather rest assured that the existing calling feature aren't going anywhere, including the ability to start a video call using a phone number or emails. And that's all we have for tech for a Thursday here. Hope that you gained something, or at least maybe now you have a heads up on your return date back inside of the office if you're still working remotely. We've got more coming your way, to stay tuned.